Hi guys, welcome to session 4. Nice to be back. Thanks for keep pinging these questions over to us. Quite actually enjoy going through them now. Had this a couple of times over the last week, and we've had it before in the past quite often. Half term's just around the corner. People are perhaps going on a holiday with their family, or they're just having some time off, and they're not going to get access to the gym like they normally do. What could they do in the meantime? Some people may say just relax for a week. It's not going to kill you, but other people really love training, and that starts to mess with them a little bit after a few days, and they often feel better when they have trained. I personally would say that 2 or 3 days, I'm trying to look into actually go out and do something. So obviously on a holiday, you're doing different things you wouldn't do. I would not beat yourself every day, depending on where you're going to be. 3 sessions would work well, even if you repeated 1 or 2 of those sessions twice. I definitely think something like a sprint type session would be good in. Depending on what you're doing, whether that be sprinting on a bike, sprinting on a rower, but sort of 10 to 15 seconds all out power with 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes rest repeated 6 to 10 times, depending on your fitness level, is a really short but very, very sharp and intense session. I've done something similar with rower. It works just as well though with 2 points, so like 2 lampposts or 2 trees. Can be a really good one, but 10-15 seconds, that's the most you want to be going at, and about 1.5 minutes or so to recover. That's quite important. You need quite a bit of time to recover. So that'd be one day. I would then definitely put in a circuit training session, and we'll do a demo of just some ideas in a minute, so you've got something to play with. And then I would then probably put in something like a swim or a steady jog walk or a bike ride, something that's a bit more low intensity. And then if you wanted to, you could repeat that cycle again. I do think the sharp, intense run, the body weight training, and then that easier cardio is quite a nice combo. And particularly if you're somewhere where you've not been before, you're probably going to get a chance to do a bit more sightseeing. So that could be your longer cardio type session, if that makes sense. But let's get back to the circuits. We've got loads that we do. I mean, like probably one of our killer classes is cardio abs, and often we'll just chuck in no equipment and they're just using their own body weight. Some great examples would be just to kind of go with full body movements. So if we did 4 exercises repeated 3 times, each one 30 seconds, you can pick any. I mean, I would probably chuck in something like press-ups. I'd maybe put squats or squat jumps in there, a little bit of abs, so maybe some crunches, and then perhaps just something like jump jacks. So if we demo those really quickly so you've got an idea. The big thing to remember is this is going to depend on whereabouts you are and what you're going to want to do. But the press-ups, if they're too difficult and you've got a step or stairs anywhere, it's quite a good one that you can use where you come to bring it into here. Nice, easy sort of press-up position. You can make that harder by going up onto your toes. If you want, you can make it even harder if you want by flipping yourself and putting your feet onto the stairs. That makes that quite difficult. So maybe 30 seconds of press-ups in that position. Straight on your little interval timer, then jump up, go into squats. So very, very simple. Keep your hands in, nice and tight. Butt's going to go back behind you. Elbows down to knee is a nice indicator. Squeeze your bum and push back up again. So 30 seconds of squats. That's kind of level 1. You can make that a little bit harder if you wanted to by adding a little bit of a jump in at the top. It's certainly going to get your heart rate up a little bit more. Then maybe go into a bit of an abs exercise. Again, if you've got the block here, feet can go up just on top of the stairs or onto a step. Just a nice little crunch movement, so reaching up, coming down, reaching up, coming down. Pretty easy exercise. If you want, you can make it a bit harder because your knees are going to be raised. You can be coming and pointing up, coming down and pointing up and coming down. Just speeding that up, that's going to make that a little bit more difficult. And what else did we say? Mountain climbers, squat thrusts, something like that. So something perhaps a little bit more explosive. So again, you're in a press-up type position. Want to be here, squat thrusts, nice and easy. If that's too much, throw it into a steady mountain climber. So push, 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 push. 30 seconds of that little block, repeated 3 or 4 times at a high intensity that work rate is more than enough. You're on holiday. If you wanted to stick another block on, have a look through some of our CODs that are on the YouTube page and pick maybe a few more bodyweight exercises to play with. But 2 of those would be great. So 4 exercises, 3 blocks, 30 seconds. I'll write this in the blurb. And then another 4 exercises with 3 blocks for 30 seconds would be great. That's going to take you maybe 15, 20 minutes tops, even including a bit of a warm up and cool down. I would say something like that would be good to put in. I use it quite a lot whenever I'm away. We used to use it on our holidays in Scotland quite a lot because we had very, very minimal equipment up there. But you've got to do it at an intensity that's worthwhile. If you use a heart rate monitor, look to try and get this really peaking on those exercise sets, and then rest where you need to. Okay. So I'll put a link into our COD page on the YouTube, so you've got some more ideas to play with. But in a nutshell, hard, intense sprint type cardio session works well with a body weight type circuit, and then on that third day, maybe something a bit more steady pace bike. A little bit of perhaps a swim if you're somewhere nice where you're going to swim. Go out for a nice walk, and then if you wanted to, you could repeat day 1 and 2 again. So that's your 5-day window. But ultimately, I would say try and relax a little bit on the holiday, and come back ready then to train again. Any more questions, just give us a shout. Somebody did comment, why do you train in socks? Don't know, have done for many, 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 many years. Tend to train trainers when we're doing stuff where I need a bit more grip, but bodyweight stuff I just seem to enjoy to train into my socks. So there you go, nothing complicated, no clever, clever ideas, I just enjoy it. I think it feels better for me to train that way. Right, good. Hope to see you again soon. Again, any questions, stick them in the comments, drop us a Facebook message at our Facebook page, and I'll see you next week, half-term week. I'll be here. Where will you be? Bye-bye.